graphic nature of this program, viewer discretion is advised.
You know, I've been from one side of this fandom to the other. In all that time, I have seen a lot of things. Above all that, there is one thing I am absolutely certain of. I am the villain of this story.
Long live the fighters!
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to Psychodorf 9. Good morning to Colin P. Smith. Purple Valkyrie. Good morning, Purple Valkyrie. Bob, my brother from another mother. Jedi Bill 797. Larry. Good morning. The Catman, a.k.a. Dee Myers. Good morning. Pat S., good morning, and a big good morning to Timon, Flip, and Andrew, 46 and 2. Good morning, gentlemen. Old Star Wars nerd, good morning. How are you guys doing? Arwen Avalon, good morning, Arwen. Keely Chow, Roll Tide. Keely, Roll Tide. A big hello to Sultan Al-Fahim, good morning. The Doctor of Disaster and Destruction is here. Adega Outlaw. Good morning, Adega. Snorted Poopus Cuber. Good morning. Gun Bunny. How are you doing, Gun Bunny? Good morning, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great Thursday. It's almost Friday. Yeah. How are you guys doing this morning? I hope you guys are having a great one. Good morning to Lady Mist. Hello to our guardian of the void, Lady Mist. Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Forbidden Ruin. Hail, brother. The Fixer One. Good afternoon, Fixer One. Guys, I hope you are having a great one, and we're going to start things off. Let me share my screen real quick. It's been a long time since I've actually gone over an article, and that's what I've actually got two of them this morning. So we're going to look at an article here real quick and get rid of that. Kevin Feige admits he aims to subvert your expectations with Black Widow. Where have we heard that shit before? Where have we heard that before? Of course, they did that already. You know, they did that. They did that already. They did that with the Loki series. They've done that with the damn Scarlet Witch series. So Marvel Studio boss Kevin Feige recently claimed in a brand new featurette for the upcoming Black Widow film that he aims to subvert expectations with the film. This, of course, from John F. Trent over at Bounding Into Comics. The feature begins with Feige stating, "We've been waiting to tell the story of Natasha Romanoff for years." Well, then why didn't you? years ago. My God, it was one of the great post-Infinity Saga opportunities. Well, it should have been one of the great pre-Infinity Saga opportunities. How to evolve into Phase 4, he added. How is this evolving into Phase 4 when it takes place before the Infinity Saga? As the featurette continues, Feige promises you will look at the past again in a new light. Oh, goody. They're going to rewrite history. Yay. And we are sowing the seeds of new characters into the future of the MCU. Where were these characters during Infinity War? Where were these characters during Infinity War? I guess they just didn't exist yet. Johnson then hypes Feige's vision for the film. Kevin's genius is that he thinks in this really huge, unexpected way. Well, it surely was unexpected to see ScarJo back after she died. Huh. I wonder why they didn't do this before. Feige then states, you know a lot about the characters already, so there are presumptions that you bring to it, and we like to subvert those. We like to subvert those. As the featurette comes to a close, he states, we're excited for people to go to theaters to see and experience this movie in its place in the pantheon of the MCU. Really? Really? Are you ready to have your expectations subverted in Black Widow? I sure am. I can't wait to have my expectations subverted, Kevin. Thank you so very much, you fucking hack. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this unexpected turn of events that Disney is going to subvert your expectations? Because there's more to this. There is more to this. Let's see. Nicole the Blind Mage. Marvel is just crap now. Marvel is just crap. The Fixer 1. Subverting your expectations is code for we screwed our franchise and movie series up, but we're blaming you, the fans. That's right, Fixer. You hit the nail on the head. You hit the nail on the Arwen Avalon. They waited too long. Yes, they waited too long, Lady Arwen. Keely Chow, the MCU ended with Endgame the same way the DCAU ended with Justice League Unlimited episode Destroyer. Colin P. Smith, have they still not got that people go to certain films, especially the kind he makes with certain expectations? Subvert those, and audiences are likely to be annoyed. I agree, Colin. I agree completely. A bit like the BBFC looking at Empire Strikes Back and now rating it PG instead of U. Of course they do, because the ratings roll and change. You remember when PG movies used to be able to have the F-bomb in them? Can't now. I expect Marvel movies to be good. Expectations subverted. Yes, Andrew 46 and 2. And Go 13 with a $2 super chat. Rewriting history is for DuckTales, not MCU. Fuck that. Thank you so much, Go 13, for that $2 super chat. And Psychodorf 9 with a $2 super chat of his own. Oh, I'm sorry. Psychodorf 9! Then I'm going to subvert my money. Thank you both, gentlemen, Psychodorf 9 and Go 13, for your $2 super chats. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. Skål! Boy, I just love the fact when my expectations get subverted, but we're not going to stop there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have something else. we have something even more lovely to look at this morning. Scarlett Johansson doubles down on hashtag #MeToo marketing for Black Widow. Oh, yeah, let's bring some Me Too glory into it, too. Actress Scarlett Johansson doubled down on her hashtag Me Too inspired marketing for the upcoming Black Widow film. This, of course, also from John F. Trent over at Bounding into Comics. Most recently, Johansson spoke with Time for an article decrying Black Widow as a sexist stereotype. The character we all know and love, the character we fell in love with, the redheaded bombshell from Iron Man 2 is a sexist stereotype. Let that sink in for just a moment. You know, ScarJo was ScarJo before she was in Iron Man 2. But people loved her in Iron Man 2. People loved her in Avengers. People loved her in Civil War. People loved her in Infinity War. And now her character is reduced to a sexist stereotype. The actress stated in the beginning she was used as a kind of chess piece for her male counterparts. She was used as a chess piece for her male counterparts. And Chris Persia, Loki, why didn't ScarJo double down before Weinstein's allegations back when she was busy singing his praise? That is a very, very good question, Chris Persia. The Fixer, Black Widow is a character that uses her sexuality to get what she wants. Catman, D.D. Myers probably dug that out of their own ass. Arwen Avalon, the sexy femme fatale is now misogyny. Yes, misogyny. Misogyny. Chess piece. I get it. Pat S. Mark Aimley tired. She's a spy and assassin. Of course, she was going to use what she has to gain an advantage, like most spies would. Bat Steven Seagal, there's so many feelings of no for this movie getting my attention. Larry, I see the movie Black Widow as a person who can take care of herself in most situations. Day Baba, I always just thought she was a great Avenger. That's what she's supposed to be. That's what we all saw her as. It didn't matter whether she was a woman or not. She was an Avenger. That's all that ever mattered. But now she's a sex piece that is used as a chess piece by her male counterparts. Snort a poop skewer. This is why I never invest in actors, even if I like the characters they play. Actors are often a bunch of spoiled, entitled, arrogant, ignorant losers. Screw you, ScarJo, whoever you are. Now, to give Johansson the benefit of the doubt, it's unclear in what context the comment was made. However, Times' Eliana Dockerman, who has a history of attacking superheroes, implies that it was made as a criticism of the character and her previous appearances in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And if that is the case, it makes absolutely no sense, because Black Widow was indeed a chess piece to one of her male counterparts, and that is Nick Fury, because shockingly, she actually worked for him, and he aptly used her skills on a number of missions, including recruiting Bruce Banner and Tony Stark into the Avengers. She was not a chess piece to anyone else. In fact, Iron Man 2 makes it clear she's not a chess piece for Tony Stark, as she reveals she's an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and her whole purpose of getting close to Tony was on orders from Fury. In Captain America, the Winter Soldier, she's not a chess piece for Cap. The two actually work together in order to put a stop to Hydra. Then in Captain America Civil War, she plays both sides and eventually helps Cap Captain America acquire the Quinjet at the airport scene? How stupid do some of these people have to be to realize that this was a beloved character? This was a beloved character. And Muscle Busey with a $2 Canadian super chat. Misogyny is the name of my energy drink. Really, I can't do that with a buck tooth sound. Sorry, Muscle Busey. But thank you. Thank you for the $2 Canadian super chat. Adega Outlaw. Culture has always arisen from what society celebrated as a common good to be held as ideal and beautiful. There is nothing in pop culture that meets this, especially in Hollywood. Thank you, Adega Outlaw. I couldn't have said it better myself. Tony Stark even said to her, "You're fired." She said, "You can't fire me. I don't work for you." Black Widow was a smart, elegant, and kicked ass. How is this a problem? Black Widow was smart, elegant, and kicked ass. How is this a problem? It wasn't until now. It wasn't until now. And I will tell you why, ladies and gentlemen, because it is a sin now to be looked at and idolized. It is a sin now to find any sexuality in a character. It is a sin now to be an object of desire. How long in Hollywood did female actresses be sought after? Did female actresses were looked at and thought, that is a beautiful woman? How long? Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Now that is a sin. That is something horrible. That is not something you celebrate. That is something very, very wrong. That is something you should not look at yourself and want to be. You cannot be feminine, beautiful, and strong. You have to be manly now. She-Hulk, smash. Abby, smash. That is a strong woman today, not a beautiful woman like Scarlett Johansson. The Fixer won. Also, did anyone notice they tried to make Natasha Romanoff a blonde instead of a redhead? They did. Yes, they did. Hollywood has a real problem with redheaded characters. That they do. And a $2 Canadian super chat from Pat Steven Skull. We here at Crisco Core have our sexualized cake. We have our sexualized cake. Thank you so very much, Pat Steven Seagal. And thank you, Muscle Busey, for those $2 Canadian super chats. You guys keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. Skol! This is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Colin B. Smith, they celebrate LGBT, yet completely ignore the fact that what they call the male gaze probably applies to any orientation directed towards those types. God, neutral language. The bar of beauty and perfection is under assault in all forms by those who are less than mediocre. Hence, man bad, and woman must be like man. Nothing can excel to avoid a truth of their inferiority. And it is their inferiority, not a woman's inferiority. It is the ones that have a problem with a woman being beautiful and being kick-ass, because that is the problem they have. You cannot be beautiful and you cannot be feminine and kick ass. It's impossible for them. They can't see it. You have to be manly to kick ass. And isn't that a bitch? Isn't that a bitch? Isn't that what the women in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, in the early 2000s proved? that you could be beautiful and you could kick ass. Decades of work, ladies and gentlemen, washed away because they have to make women manly. They have to make strong women's manly. Because how dare you be attracted to a beautiful, kick-ass woman? Because they can't. Arwen Avalon, redheads have been taking quite the beating lately. I'm starting to think they don't like us. Redheads are being erased from Hollywood. She might get one side of her head shaved like a lot of SJW characters. Terminus East, thank you for that comment. Amen, a dig outlaw. The standards keep getting lowered until we were all the same. Purple Valkyrie, we do not want this representation from Hollywood. Beauty should not be something to be ashamed of. Agreed. Agreed, Purple. Insincere forced attempt with a $5 super chat. All heroines before were just women in the character of a man. But now we masculinized women, and therefore it is bold and brave. Thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Insincere forced attempt. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. Skål!
Long live the fighters!
More recently in Avengers Endgame, she became the head of the Avengers and was organizing operations across the planet following Thanos' attack. She would eventually sacrifice herself, a choice she makes in order for the Avengers to acquire the Soul Stone so they can produce an Infinity Gauntlet of their own. So in one sense, she might have been a chess piece, but that was in her duty as a SHIELD agent under Nick Fury. Otherwise, she's made a lot of her own decisions and been key in helping the Avengers succeed. All you have to know that is to watch the fucking movies. Yeah, I ad-libbed the end of that. So fucking what? I'm pissed. I am fucking pissed. I saw this last night and I said, oh, fucking thank you. You fucking hacks. Andrew, 46 and 2. Beautiful women characters are good. Beautiful women characters who are also badass are, well, badass. You don't have to make them manly for them to be badass. They don't have to have man pecs like Busey to be badass. All they have to do is be badass. They can be beautiful women and still be badass, but that's not allowed anymore. That's not allowed. Your entertainment overlords out there in Hollywood don't want it. They don't want beautiful women kicking ass and taking names. They want manly fucking dykes. That is what they want. They want chicks that look like dudes. To be a beautiful woman and to be kick-ass is blasphemy. You're not going to get it. And you're not going to get it anymore at Marvel. They are doing away with it. They are going to do away with it. You cannot be a beautiful, sexy woman and expect to be badass in Hollywood. They have now removed that. You want to talk about working the wrong angle to this? James Andrew Morrison, Scarlett Johansson, another female star who suddenly rebels against beauty just as her looks are fading. Nah, just a coincidence, surely. Nah. Purple Valkyrie, she knows her time as a sex symbol is coming to an end, hence why she wants to go into directing. To be on the other side of the camera where no one sees her in a movie again. Chris Persia, Linda Carter, Lindsay Wagner, Kate Jackson, Farrah Fawcett, Jacqueline Smith, Sigourney Weaver were all beautiful women that kicked some serious ass during the 70s and the 80s. Chris nails it right here. Chris nails it right here. All beautiful women, all women that kicked ass, and all women that are being forgotten in Hollywood. Because women weren't in movies in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s. They weren't in movies till the mid-2000s. Mags with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Mags. They hate what they can't achieve, so they bring down others to their lower standards until we have no standards at all. Thank you so much, Max, for that $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla. Skål! And Wookiee lives matter. Hail, Wookiee. It's all just penis envy. It's all just penis envy. Ever since this Me Too shit got started, I tend to agree with you. Wookiee lives matter. The comment comes a couple of weeks after Johansson's commented on Black Widow's hypersexualization in Iron Man 2 that were reportedly made back in 2019 and recently published by Collider to promote the Black Widow film. She was asked by Collider, there's a sort of sexualization of superheroes. How did that affect Black Widow? Johansson responded, let's get rid of Mr. Clean. Yeah, it definitely has changed. And I think part of that change has probably, it's hard because I'm inside it, but probably a lot of that is actually from Me Too. I'll be 35 years old. And I'm a mom and my life is different. Obviously, 10 years have passed and things have happened and I have a much different, more evolved understanding of myself, she continued. She went on, as a woman, I'm in a different place in my life, you know, and I felt more forgiving of myself as a woman and not sometimes probably not enough. I'm more accepting of myself, I think, really, than you would think. If that was true, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to read that again because that's absolutely mind-blowing. That's some shit right there. She went on, as a woman, I'm in a different place in my life, you know, and I felt more forgiving of myself as a woman and not sometimes probably enough. I'm more accepting of myself, I think. That's some deep shit. She then addressed the hypersexualization of Black Widow in Iron Man 2. All of that is related to that movie away from the kind of hypersexualization of this character. And I mean, you look back at Iron Man 2, it was really fun and had a lot of great moments in it. The character is so sexualized, you know. She continued, really talked about like she's a piece of something, like a possession or a thing or whatever, like a piece of meat. Is that what you were wanting to say, Scarjo? Like a possession or a thing or whatever. Like a piece of ass, really. And Tony even refers to her as something like that at one point. What does he say? Huh. Yeah, James Andrew Morrison. So a honey trap agent should be what? Fat and undesirable? She wants to direct people in gray or brown potato sacks. Yes. Rose Ticos all the way. After being prompted by Collider's Ashley Robinson, she continued, I want some. Yeah, and at one point calls her a piece of meat, and maybe at that time that actually felt like a compliment. You know what I mean? Because my thinking was different. Huh. So she took it as a compliment. Oh, I'm a piece of ass. Thank you. You like my ass? Gee, thanks. Dig Outlaw, hypersexualization is code for anything that is attractive, hence all must be drab to be accepted. Dress them all up like Rose Tico. Put them all in a burlap fucking sack. Johansson elaborated, maybe I even would have, my own self-worth was probably measured against that type of comment, or like a lot of young women, you come into your own and you understand your own self-worth. It's changing now. It's changing. Things are changing. She concluded, now people, young girls, are getting a much more positive message. Be bitches, y'all, and dress in burlap sacks. But it's been incredible to be a part of that shift and be able to come out the other side and be a part of that old story, but also progress, evolve. I think it's pretty cool. Do you want to know what's going to happen, ladies and gentlemen? Do you want to know what's going to happen? You're going to have young women that don't want to grow up and be that bitch Aunt Karen. Mom, I totally don't want to grow up and be like bitchy Aunt Karen. And it's going to swing all the other way. It's going to go all the other way. There is no doubt in my mind. That is exactly what is going to happen. Psychodorp 9 with a $2 super chat. Marble is over. Her looks are now a liability. Agreed, brother. Purple Valkyrie with a 10-pound super chat. Thank you so much, Purple Valkyrie. They set such a high bar of female beauty for women to aspire to in the past. And now we're told we have to be masculine to be strong. The mixed messages are mind-blowing. Thank you so very much, Purple Valkyrie, for that 10-pound super chat. And thank you, Psychodorp9, for that $2 super chat. You guys keep the fires and the fight burning bright in Valhalla. Skol!
Long live the fighters!
She concluded, now people, oh yeah. So this is what we're going to get right here. This is what we're going to get. Huh? Like what? Like what? Huh? Look at this right here. This is what we're going to get. This is the new young symbol for Black Widow. This is the old guard. Hello, new young anti-sex symbol. Hello, old forgotten sex symbol. Thank you so much for doing what you do. Oh, God help me. God help me this morning, ladies and gentlemen. I have just had enough. I have been watching Loki. And there are some people out there that are like, oh my God, it's the best show ever. We've got a new Doctor Who and Lady Loki. It's not Lady Loki. It's the Enchantress, you dumb fuck. It's the fucking Enchantress. They made Loki the fucking Enchantress. Guess what? Loki's in love with himself. That's what you're getting. You're getting Loki in love with himself. They turned the Enchantress into Loki. Oh, fucking brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin Feige and the MCU. Thank you. You absolute fucking knuckleheads. Thank you so much. Look at Wanda. Look at fucking Wanda. My God. Hey, let's take out all the cool villains and shit, and we'll make it a femme killer show. Because the only people that can stand up to women is another women. It's whamming fucking Wednesdays. So ScarJo is targeting the MCU portrayal because it's popular now. No mention of her portrayal in He's Not That Into You. Huh. Weird. Kind of weird, huh? Thank you so very much, Mags, for that $5 super chat. And Cage Universe Loki with $2 Canadian super chat. I'm in love with you, Loki, and myself. Can we cuddle? Fuck right off, you nasty, laughing motherfucker. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. And thank you, Mags, for that $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, and we're going to throw you $1 this morning. Skol!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill. I cannot believe this horse shit. You had one of the biggest, greatest franchises in all of movie history. And you're going to shit it down the toilet for Me Too. That's what you're going to do. You're going to shit it down the toilet for Me Too. But why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised that the 7 pillars of the rat are responsible for this fucking mess over at Marvel? Why am I not surprised? Because this is what Disney does. Disney takes something that was built by someone else and can't fucking help fucking it up. That is what they do. That is how they operate. They take something someone else has built and they end up shitting all over it and ruining it. Why was Iron Man such a hit? It wasn't because of Disney. It was because Marvel Studios made it a hit. Jon Favreau made it a hit. Why did the first Avengers kick fucking ass? Because it wasn't made by Disney. Disney hadn't had a chance to sink its teeth in to the first Marvel's Avengers. Not Disney's Avengers, Marvel's Avengers. Now Disney is ticking the boxes at Marvel. Disney is controlling the narrative at Marvel. Disney is offering directors' jobs to Scarlett Johansson if she just comes out and talks about how toxic and fucking men are. That is what is wrong with Marvel. And that is why Phase 4 will fail. I love hearing, oh, you aren't giving Loki a chance. Loki fucking sucks. Loki fucking sucks. That is not Tom Hiddleston's Loki. That is Sylvie. Don't call it Loki anymore, ladies and gentlemen, because guess what? He transitioned and is now Sylvie, the greatest Loki of all time. Loki is second fiddle in a show that should have been called The Enchantress Sylvie. It's not fucking Loki. It's not fucking Loki. It's not his show. It's her fucking show. Why is Loki not reviewing it week after week after week? Because I won't give Disney that. I'm not going to give Disney that. Femme Loki, who isn't even Loki anymore. Sylvie, the Enchantress. All they did, all Tom Hiddleston did in that last episode was simp to fucking Sylvie the Enchantress. You're the best Loki. You're the best of us. You're the only one worthy of being a Loki. Oh my God. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And if you take my hand and you trust Sylvie the Enchantress, we can do anything because I'm a fucking whammon. It was never Hiddleston's show. The alligator had more agency in that episode than Tom. Loki is just a punching bag laughingstock in his own show. Mags. Do you all remember the smile on his face when he ripped that guy's eyeballs out in Avengers? Do you remember the smirk when Iron Man hit Thor and Loki said, "I'm listening"? Do you remember how he smiled when he knew he had one over on them with Banner? None of that mattered, ladies and gentlemen. None of that mattered because he was a toxic male. And the only way to really matter is to simp to a woman. That is everything you need to know about the Loki show. Nothing he did before mattered. He was no one. He was no one. And he will always be no one unless he is simping to the Enchantress Sylvie. That is what Loki has become. Terminal East with a $5 super chat. I think Kathleen Kennedy is secretly running Disney, telling the Bobs and Feige what to do. I wouldn't put it fucking past them. Thank you so much, Terminus East, for that $5 super chat. You guys keep the fires in Valhalla burning bright. Skål! Andrew 46-2. The President Loki wasn't even the variant we started out watching, and that variant got cut. All of the male variants of Loki are cucked. They're all fucking cucked. That is what you're going to get. And that's all you're going to get. Because Tom can't be the Loki we all knew and we all loved. It's not acceptable anymore. That little part where he calls Scarjo Quim, a quivering Quim, that can never ever happen again. Because even the small timed image of her being afraid, they would never allow that. Even though she got one up on him in the end and got him to talk about his plan, her walking back, shaking and looking in shock and fear, her tricking him would not be allowed, because they would never let a man even act like he got one over on a woman anymore. Dead Man Walking. Is it possible that they went to a female Loki because they wouldn't pay Hiddleston the money he would command to appear regularly on a TV series? No, because he's in it regularly. He's there. He's just a cucked version of himself. Hell, there were like 8 fucking Lokis in this past episode. But they're all fucking cucked. And they all can't wait to get behind a woman version that is the ultimate version of Loki. And Loki says it himself. Tom Hiddleston's Loki says it himself. None of us are as good as her. She's the best of us. She's the reason I want to get out of here. To be in her presence is to be in awe. There was only one good variant, Richard E. Grant. Even if it was brief, he was a powerful mage recreating Valhalla in order to confuse the cloud monster Galactus from Earth 121698. And the fixer gets it. This is why Wanda was made, and this is why Loki was made. And this is how they're going to subvert your expectations with Black Widow. The series was made to literally and figuratively destroy and tear down what has gone before. To tear down what has come before. And they even say that in that interview with Kevin Feige. They even say that in that interview. You will look at the past again in a new light. And we are sowing the seeds of new characters into the future of the MCU. They're rewriting the past. What did they do with Loki? They killed him off in Infinity War. They brought back the 2012 Loki and rewrote his history. That is exactly what they did. And now they've rewritten it again in the Loki series. You cannot have a male that is that powerful. You cannot have a male villain that is that powerful. You can have a pandering, sniveling hero that bends the knee to everyone. That is that powerful, though. As long as they're bending the knee, as long as they're saying their pronouns and they're taking a knee, they can be that powerful. But a male villain, no. That is why they removed Mephisto from WandaVision. That is why you never got Doctor Strange in WandaVision. They knew. They knew they couldn't do it. They knew they couldn't fucking do it. And it's brought us to this. They're going to rewrite history with the Black Widow movie. Yes, broken entertainment. I was just talking about that. Quoted from Kevin Feige. You will look at the past again in a new light. We are sowing the seeds of new characters into the future of the MCU. Clear as day. Kevin Feige. 2012 Loki was a proper villain Loki and wasn't held back by morals. And in 2 short episodes, they cucked him. 2 episodes in the series and they cucked him. And now he's hugging and holding hands and filled with love. Love. True love. Because he's in love with a female transition version of himself. Named Sylvie, the Enchantress. This is not the Loki show. This is the Enchantress show. Thank you all so very much for being here this morning. All of you, keep the fires burning bright in Valhalla. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Take care, kick ass, be excellent to each other, and don't take any shit from these cucks over at Marvel. Skål!